Good afternoon, y'all. Today is October 30th. It is 12:05 p.m. I'm recording this video. I have it as a black screen because I just came out of a very deep sleep a few minutes ago. But I wanted to record this while it was fresh on my mind. Um, I initially got up this morning a little after 7, and I came to my living room and sat on my sofa and did a few things. I was up for a couple of hours. I ended up dozing back off. So I said, well, let me go lay back in bed, maybe for an hour. I had that feeling that comes when you travel in your dreams. You know how you feel like you've been somewhere while you were sleeping? Like you were engaged in some activity, whether it was, fighting or working or, just interacting with other people. That's the feeling that I felt. And it's very heavy, and it's one of those I can barely keep my eyes open kind of experiences. So I knew that, you know, the only way for me to feel whole was to just go lay back down and allow my spiritual self, I guess, my soul, my however you refer to it, allow it to come back to my body. So I did that, and it was almost immediate when I put my head on the pillow. And the dream that came, there were some parts to it before, but I don't recall those parts. But this is the part of the experience that I remember. And forgive me because I'm still kind of have that heavy feeling on me, like I'm trying to wake completely up. So just bear with me, please. In the dream, there were snakes. And I distinctly remember there were four tightly coiled on a bed. And they either had a sheet or a blanket thrown over them. And there was another snake too that was separate from them. It was like in a closet or maybe a pantry of some kind. It wasn't coiled, it was stretched out like it was slithering along. That one was a bright yellow. And I remember it either having light gray or silver streaks or stripes on it. The four on the bed that were tightly coiled were different colors. They weren't bright colors like the other one. They were deeper colors. Like I believe one was red with some other color. I want to say a dark gray stripes. And I remember another one that was a dark gray with some other kind of color to it. And I don't recall the color of the other two, but I do know the four on the bed were darker colored. And before I pulled the sheet back, I knew that they were there before I even pulled the sheet or the blanket off. But there was a kid or somebody else there who like went across the bed, and I remember being nervous and like almost screaming at them to hurry up and move because there were snakes under the cover. And when they got off the bed is when I moved the sheet and I saw the snakes. Now at this point, I don't excuse me, I don't recall if I don't recall what I did to them, but I know I had a weapon in my hand. And how I know I had a weapon in my hand because, well, let me say this first. In moving the sheet, I had a feeling of shock. Not, I was a little scared, but the feeling was more so of shock. Like, oh my God, these are snakes. You know, not like, oh my God, I'm so scared that these are snakes, but just that shock of, oh my God, there are snakes in the bed. How the hell did they get here? Kind of shock, you know? And it was almost like I was expecting to see them there, like, or I knew they were going to be there or something to that effect. Going to the yellow snake, which I don't know how I got to the yellow snake. And I want to say somebody else was there with me, but I don't know who it was. I don't remember seeing him. I want to say it was like a male energy. But the yellow snake, I hit it first with a machete or some type of large knife or something. And it didn't cut all the way through. And I remember that because it was still moving. But the second time I hit it, I think I cut it in half. Well, not quite in half, but it was a little bit further up his body. But I cut it and detached it from part of his body. And then I think I went for the head. And that's all I remember about that. I do remember being very angry at that point and being angry about the snake and wanting to make sure, like for sure that I killed it, which is why I think I hit it so many times. But maybe a week ago, I had another snake dream. This one it was like a cobra. It was all black. It was long, but it was very thin, almost like it was starving. And I remember being scared of it, but not wanting to kill it. But it was trying to strike at me, but it could never get me because I kept moving too quickly for it. And at one point, I remember either having a cane or a stick of some kind, holding it onto the ground, like my cane or my stick, whatever I had. Like the end of it was on the top of the snake's head, like just holding it into the ground. Normally, my dreams are about animals. I've even had a couple of dreams recently as well about brown bears. So I don't know what any of this means. The bears weren't attacking me in the dreams when I dreamt about the bears. But the snakes, the bears, it was more so I was observing them going about their activity. The snakes more so I felt, especially the black snake, I felt directly threatened by. And like I said, the yellow snake in this dream, I was very angry about. And I wanted to make sure it was dead. I'm not good at dream interpretation. I know all of these things have some type of meaning, but specifically what it means, I don't know. I can say what I feel like it means, I think, but I don't know if this has to do with the conversation we had on live last night, just kind of talking about all of the things happening in the world and it being a battle of good versus evil. I don't know if this dream was like showing me something in connection to what we discussed, but I certainly felt compelled to record myself talking about it. I've recorded my dreams before. I have a whole bunch of them saved in my phone. So when I feel like it's something significant or something that sticks with me, I record it. But these snakes, I don't know if it's something in my personal life because I really don't engage with people. My circle is very small, very tight. So I don't know if it's coming from someone I am connected to in some way, if it's something directed at them that I'm picking up on, or what I don't know, or if it's just something in general. I just know that my spiritual self is fighting something. And I don't know if it's on behalf of me or on behalf of someone else. But I wanted to share it with the tribe just in case it means something to someone, just in case it's something connected to one of you, just in case I wanted to share it with y'all because it may have some type of meaning for one of you or several of you. I I'm a person, a lot of messages and information comes to me through dreams. And since I made the decision to remove myself from the matrix, I find that I don't know, things have been different. And maybe that's part of it. Maybe my intuition is being tested. Maybe my spiritual fortitude is being tested. Maybe, I'm definitely being protected for sure. But I don't know. I just want you all to keep in mind that this is definitely spiritual warfare that we are all engaged in, whether we are willing or not, whether we are aware or not, this fight that we are in is a spiritual one. It is not of the physical. The physical world it's pliable. It can be molded. It can be shaped. It can be manipulated and controlled. The spiritual world, not so much. The spiritual world is a place where, number one, anything is possible. That's first and foremost. And number two, there are so many variables in the spiritual that aren't available in the physical world. And I'm not talking religion. I'm not talking any type of particular belief system. I'm just strictly talking spiritual realm here and the things that go on there. And I think more than anything, we need to be made aware. And not so much aware, but we need to accept that we are more connected to the spiritual than we want to believe. And that's regardless of what your belief is, it's regardless of what your practice is. We are all connected to it. I want anyone who listens to this to keep in mind it is important to protect yourself. And I mean physically, emotionally, mentally, spiritually. Because the commodity isn't your physical self. The commodity is your mental, emotional, and spiritual self. That is the commodity. Pay attention to your intuition. Watch for the signs. And signs aren't always big and bold and in your face. Sometimes signs are something small and subtle that catches your attention. So, I don't know, I just looked at my phone. I've been rambling for almost 20 minutes. I hope what I said made sense. I hope this message reaches the person or the people that it is supposed to reach. And please get in the comments and let me know what you think, what you feel. Have you had similar dreams? Have you been having the same experiences when you sleep? I would love to know. Maybe there's a pattern. Maybe there's something that we need to connect, like a puzzle. So yeah, just let me know if you want to share it in the comments. Please do so. But if you would prefer to share it privately, you can email me. My email address is fatgirlfreestyle@gmail.com. Again, fatgirlfreestyle@gmail.com. And I look forward to, I'm sorry, I brushed against the microphone. I look forward to connecting with y'all again very soon. And always remember, I love you.